Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. We are live at Billy Joe Saunders versus David Lemieux for the WBO Middleweight Championship of the World in Canada. So it's a live audio commentary. Please don't ask for video because it's audio commentary, but I can guarantee you tonight that somebody will ask for video when this is clearly an audio commentary. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. I hope you have listened to our interview earlier on with Peter Fury. I hope you were able to hear that interview. It was a very interesting and insightful interview, and I hope it answered many questions for you. Just finished watching Spike O'Sullivan win impressively, winning by knockout. Very impressive win by Spike O'Sullivan. Kicks us off quite nicely tonight for us. So it's a good win for Spike O'Sullivan. The only concerns I have about Spike O'Sullivan is walking forward in straight lines. And, other than that, it was an entertaining fight. I don't like him taking so many punches. But congratulations to Spike O'Sullivan, who actually lives, I won't say just down the road, but he's almost like a neighbour to me in Ireland. So shout out to Spike O'Sullivan in his performance tonight. It was good to see from him. He still carries that punching power, which is something that's going to give him a chance against most middleweights. But the fact he doesn't move his head that much and walks straight lines is a problem. Like to see him working on maybe having a bit more lateral movement and not allowing himself to get caught with clean punches. Now, the main event of the evening is coming up. Billy Joe Saunders against David Lemieux. For me, this could be the crowning night for Billy Joe Saunders. Coming into the fight, a lot of people are saying that Billy Joe Saunders is a far more skilled fighter. The other thing a lot of people are banking on is this fitness training that Dominic Ingle has given Billy Joe Saunders. You hear a lot of people talking about Dominic Ingle, and the fitness and Billy Joe Saunders being fit. That concerns me because it's not his fitness is going to matter on this tonight as much. His fitness will matter, of course, but his technical skills. How is he going to box tonight against David Lemieux? He's going to have to, for me, he's going to have to hit and move. And when he holds his feet, he doesn't stay there for more than 3 punches. 1, 2, 3 and out. 1, 2, 3 and out. I'm not moving back in straight lines, moving at angles. He must hit and move. He's got to, when he lands his shots, they've got to be hurtful shots. He's got to discourage Lemieux early on from moving forward. He cannot allow Lemieux to get confident. You can't allow Lemieux to believe that he's got to get Lemieux's respect early. So if Saunders can drop Lemieux early, that's going to be a big psychological boost. But everyone's talking about the boxing ability of Saunders. That's great. But if you look at the record of Saunders, he's never been in the ring with somebody who punches as viciously as Lemieux. And I think we're going to see a much vastly improved Lemieux to Lemieux that fought Golovkin. A lot of people looking at the Golovkin fight. Sometimes a loss isn't a bad thing. I think sometimes people rebound from a loss and improve. According to Manny from Montreal, the Fight City, they're based in Canada. According to him, he said that up to the Golovkin fight, Lemieux was a bit more like a pop star, a rock star in Canada. So after the Golovkin fight, he kind of stripped all that back and just became a very dedicated guy in the gym. Didn't cut corners and was very serious about training. So we may see the fruitions of that, all the benefits of that tonight. So it'll be very interesting. Very interesting. Again, you keep telling me about David. Andy, people talking about Andy Lee being a big puncher. But again, when you talk about Andy Lee being a big puncher, Danny Jacobs stopped Quillin in a round. Quillin took the best of what Andy Lee had. So that's my concern right there. So I'm really happy for Spike O'Sullivan. As you know, we've covered his fights before. We've interviewed Spike quite a few times. I do like Spike. He's a great guy, really, really great guy. And I like the stuff he does outside of boxing. It's what she does inside of boxing. He does a lot of charity work in Cork, which is his town or his city where he lives. Beautiful place, Cork. Been there a couple of times. He does a lot of stuff in his community, which is not really spoken about that much. In fact, if you type in Spike O'Sullivan, you will see with Baylor or BWTM Sports, you'll see that he does some work in Cork. So it's an interesting guy. So Lemieux has lost 3 fights already. You know, for me, the most a lot of people are talking about, for me, this thing about the Andy Lee fight. Andy Lee boxed the wrong fight against Billy Joe Saunders. He came into that fight as a boxer instead of a puncher. When you set your strategy around punching as around boxing, it's a different situation altogether. So, you know, a lot of people think he'll win wide tonight. I think that Billy Joe Saunders always ties down the stretch, and everybody that's fought Billy Joe Saunders nails him. Everybody I've seen Billy Joe Saunders catch him. So for 12 rounds, at some point, Lemieux's going to land, and at some point, Lemieux's going to land on Billy Joe Saunders. If Billy Joe Saunders can take the power of David Lemieux, then he's got a great chance. And he's coming to the ring now, David Lemieux. He's walking to the ring now, black dressing gown with a gold hood, or it's black and gold almost. I like David Lemieux. He, you know, if I was going to say something, he reminds me of the first version of Nigel Benn. I'd call him the white Nigel Benn, because he really does. He punches like Ben. He moves like Ben. So yeah, I say very much Lemieux is like Ben. He puts everything into all his shots. So, but I think Lemieux has become more experienced. Billy Joe Saunders, Lemieux might be the biggest puncher that Saunders has fought in his career. But listen to this. I don't believe that Saunders is the best opponent that Lemieux has fought in his career. That guy is Gennady Golovkin. When you fight Gennady Golovkin and you lose to Gennady Golovkin, you know, it's the way he lost to Gennady. So here comes Saunders now. He's got a nice little platform there. He's bouncing from left to right. This is the platform he's been waiting for. 25-0. Billy Joe Saunders, white gown, beats his chest, bouncing left to right. The lights are flashing. Behind him is a big post of himself, Billy Joe Saunders. Here he comes. His camp and him bouncing to the ring. Billy Joe Saunders, confident as ever. But this really is for me, this is the big league for Billy Joe Saunders. He's now stepping into the big league. I consider Lemieux the big league. Lemieux might not be a world-class boxer, but for me, Billy Joe Saunders is now fighting someone, in my opinion, that is punch power. Forget his boxing ability. He's not a world-class boxer, David Lemieux. He's a world-class puncher. And I don't believe, people say he's different under Ingle. I don't believe that. I can't believe in one fight that he suddenly changes. When you've got a trainer, it takes you 3 to 5 fights before that trainer you start to really see something in a fighter, for me. And it's very interesting to see what happens if Billy Joe Saunders gets himself into any sort of trouble in this fight, how Saunders reacts. You know, you don't know how good your team is until you're put under any sort of pressure. And in the Willie Monroe fight, Billy Joe Saunders got inside of Willie Monroe's head. This is not the case against David Lemieux. I don't think he's got inside of David Lemieux's head. We're going to find out in the first 3 rounds where this fight is at. And if and when, I say if and when Lemieux lands, I'm not going to say if, when Lemieux lands, which he will land. And as well, take a look at the corner. The trainer of David Lemieux is something you need to, he's a very underrated trainer. Very underrated. Alvarez, he trains also Arthur Bertabiv, he trains him as well. So there's two very good fighters he trains. Alvarez, the light heavyweight that Adonis Stevenson keeps wanting to duck all the time. And he's got David Lemieux. That's three good fighters he's got. So, you know, you may not respect David Lemieux's boxing ability, but the punching power for me is world class. And that is what you have to be careful of. So we're going to see tonight. We're going to see tonight. The talking stops. If David Lemieux lands, which I think he will land flushed, I think he will land on Lemieux. Lemieux will land on Saunders. I've got no doubt he will land on Saunders. Now, it's if Saunders has got the power to keep Lemieux off him. That's the key thing. Because if he hasn't got the power to keep Lemieux off him, and Lemieux is able to land big shots and able to get leverage in his shots, there's problems there. So it's all about whether Lemieux can get leverage in his shots. And the only way Lemieux is going to get leverage in his shots is if Billy Joe Saunders holds his feet. And in every Billy Joe Saunders fight, from the first fight to where he is now, eventually round 6, round 7, he starts to hold his feet. And when he starts to hold his feet, that's where he gets sloppy, and that's where he'll get nailed. So, you know, I expect Billy Joe Saunders, if the fight goes the way it should go, Billy Joe Saunders to do well early. Okay, here's Dave Lemieux, 38 fights, 33 wins with 3 defeats. He's the challenger from Montreal, Canada, David Lemieux. So Lemieux, very, very confident, David Lemieux. And he's got every reason to be confident. Why would he not be confident? He's been in the ring with Gennady Golovkin, and he's, you know, he had his successes against Golovkin. And the champion from Hatfield, 25 fights, 25 wins, 12 by KO. Now from Sheffield, South Yorkshire, England, the undefeated WBO middleweight champion of the world, Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Saunders has got his hands in the air. Lemieux's going to cross to Saunders. He's got his hands in the air, and he tries to push Saunders. And Frank Warren has to jump in between Saunders and Lemieux. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I, for me, would like to see Billy Joe Saunders calm down a bit more. Calm down. He's a world champion. He needs to calm down and relax. You can't beat world-class guys with just a punch. Really? Tell Harold Graham that. You see, this is a guy, Saunders, who's got to be switched on for 12 rounds. Can he be switched on for 12 rounds? Now we're going to find out what Saunders is all about. And here we go. This is round 1. Saunders in the white trunks. Lemieux hunting in the black. Saunders was 2 straight left hands straight away to Lemieux. Lemieux backs up and comes forward. Lemieux setting his feet. He's got his feet set, that's for sure. He can't afford to allow Saunders to get off as he is. Saunders left, right. Or right, left, may I say. Lemieux hunting Saunders. Saunders, with his on his trunks, got Vienna on it. Lemieux moving his head, slipping out of the way of the straight right. But Saunders looks sharp in round 1. Saunders, Lemieux tries a right hand, speculative, and Saunders slips out the way of it. Ooh, Lemieux tried something there. 1, 2, 3 from Saunders. Lemieux tucks up. Saunders is very sharp first round, which is what I expect of him. Saunders moving. For me, I have never seen Saunders box this sharp for 12 rounds. He always tires. Lemieux trying to get forward there, and Saunders is not there. Saunders throwing nice combination that punch in there. 3 punches and away. Good stuff from Saunders. Saunders right jab over the top. Lemieux at the moment unable to land anything heavy. This is round 1. Saunders right jab. The jab looks sharp from Saunders in round 1. It's a right jab and then a left over the top from Saunders. Nice little shot inside there, like a right uppercut there from Saunders there. Lemieux unable to land anything. Nice 1-2 combination in from Saunders. The moment, Lemieux is finding things difficult to land against Saunders, who looks very sharp. Digs in a nice straight left there. As expected, Saunders is making Lemieux look very one pace at the moment. This is only round 1, but this is great work from Billy at the moment. Hands down by the sides. Billy has got to keep focus for 12 rounds. But moving beautifully. Hands down by side. End of the first round. And that's a beautiful first round for Billy Joe Saunders. Beautiful stuff. 11 rounds to go. But good stuff from Saunders. The straight left over the top. Saunders not allowing Lemieux to set his feet, which is what it's great stuff so far from him. Must not allow Lemieux to set his feet and get any sort of leverage, because if he gets leverage, that's where Lemieux's punch power comes. So he's got to keep turning Lemieux. Keep turning Lemieux. It's a great first round there for Billy Joe Saunders. This is round 2. Lemieux versus Saunders. Saunders has got to keep it the same way for the whole fight, not allow Lemieux to set. Saunders got his arms down by his side. Now Lemieux lands with a jab of his own. Nice jab from Saunders. Again, the jab. If he can keep Lemieux frustrated, that's what he needs to do. Keep Lemieux frustrated. But Saunders looking beautiful at the moment. He just has to be careful because Lemieux is very sly. Saunders, nice for the jab. Nice straight left hand there from Saunders. Through the middle. He's finding a place for that left hand early. Can't quite find, Lemieux can't quite find Saunders at the moment. But he does look sharp. See, I have a theory about Saunders. I think that for the first 6 rounds against Golovkin, here goes Lemieux with a double jab there. That was better from Lemieux. Saunders got his hands down by his side. I've got a theory about Saunders Golovkin. That if Saunders could get past the first 6, I think he could have outboxed Golovkin for the first 6. It's down the stretches which the problem is. So tonight it's a good examination to see if he could do it for 12 rounds against a puncher in Lemieux. Lemieux is chasing shadows at the moment. And that's meant to happen because Saunders is by far the better boxer. The first 6 is not what I'm concerned about. It's the last 6. But again, Saunders is making Lemieux miss, not allowing him to set. What is making it more difficult for Lemieux as well is because he's got a wide stance. He's got to bring his legs closer together. a wide stance. Lemieux, Saunders is just boxing. Very much from his amateur style, his amateur pedigree. That's what's helping him here tonight for sure. Saunders, Lemieux tried a big right hand there. Saunders does a shuffle, almost like a mini alley shuffle, and showboats. And that's fine for the first 2 rounds. Saunders, he looks great for 2 rounds. But can he do it for 12 rounds? That's the big question. Saunders dancing around the ring. Lemieux lands a right hand there. And Saunders and Lemieux look at one another, go back to the corner. 2 rounds, brilliant stuff from Billy Joe Saunders. Again, to be expected. At the moment, the first 2 rounds, I'd say to be expected. The first 2 rounds, I said the first 6 is where Billy Joe Saunders is brilliant. It's after those 6 rounds, that's where I think this fight catches a light. Because as soon as Billy Joe Saunders decides to really hold his feet and start with Lemieux, because he starts to tire, that's where there's a problem. Now, I've never seen Billy Joe Saunders start this quickly in a fight. I've seen him start slow in a fight. Great 1-2 there from Billy there. Nice combination here from Billy as he backed Lemieux to the ropes. This is coming up for round 3. The straight left hand is causing Lemieux all sorts of problems. And the footwork of Billy Joe Saunders, he's light. He's well aware of the dangers. But Lemieux is closing the gap just a little bit more. This is round 3. Just a little bit more Lemieux is closing the gap. Lemieux looking to just detonate one of these big shots. But he's almost chasing shadows. But that's all right. Saunders just clipping him with good shots. Nice left jab or right jab, sorry, it's the southpaw. Right jab. But now Lemieux is meeting him with the jab more. But Saunders is now hitting him with that straight left over the top. Good right jab from Saunders. At the moment, Saunders is dominating this. He's making it look, he's embarrassing Lemieux at the moment. Really dominating, embarrassing Lemieux, which, as I said, for the first 3, that's fine. The first 6 is fine. Can he do it for 12 rounds, though? He might not need to do it for 12 rounds. He might stop Lemieux early. And that would be a tremendous performance. You just got to be careful, Billy Joe Saunders. Because like I said before, it's not the boxing ability of Lemieux that people are concerned about. It's the punching power. And at the moment, he's doing all the things. He's not allowing Lemieux to set, to land the big shots. But at the moment, Billy Joe Saunders is whizzing that jab around. Lemieux's starting to land more jabs in this round now. So he's landing a little bit more. He's getting a little closer. Wait, whizzed a right hand past Billy Joe Saunders' chin there. Double jab there from Lemieux. He's getting closer to Saunders. He's getting closer to him. Inch by inch, Lemieux's getting closer, and he's inching his way closer and closer in. So he's landing more punches now. Not significant, but he's landing them. Good 1-2 there from Saunders. A right left from Saunders to southpaw. Nice boxing ability again from Saunders. He's getting closer though. Nice jab there from Lemieux. He landed a nice jab there. Saunders has to be careful because Lemieux's getting closer. This is only round 3 and Lemieux's getting closer. He's closing the gap and that's dangerous. End of the 3rd round. keep looking, showing pictures of Lemieux's girlfriend. I think it's his girlfriend. But Saunders is getting closer and closer and closer. You know, it's not. It's once a guy's getting closer and closer to you, you can be missing and missing and missing. Let me just close this chat off so I can focus on what's going on here. Right. So Saunders, if you look at the first round, Lemieux was hardly landing anything. If you look at the second round, Lemieux started to land the odd jab. You look at the third round, Lemieux's landed more jab. He's doubled up the jab. Okay. So we're looking at the percentages of Lemieux getting closer and closer to Saunders. So he has to be careful. They would have said, look, Saunders for the first 3 rounds or first 6 is going to be flying all over the place. This is round 4. Like I said, Lemieux's camp and their trainers, very good trainer. Don't dismiss the training camp of Lemieux or the trainer. Very key, very, very good team Lemieux's got. Now straight right hand to the body from Lemieux. Saunders holding center of the ring. You're getting closer. Again, Saunders little step back and then punishes Lemieux with a straight left. Saunders punishes him again with a nice combination. A 1-2 away. Good stuff from Saunders. Nice jab from Saunders. Saunders moving. And then Saunders holds Lemieux. Good stuff there from Saunders. Lemieux's trying to close the gap. He's trying to close the gap, Lemieux. You can see he is. Again, Saunders is making him chase shadows at the moment. Saunders changed from upper to orthodox and whips in a straight left. Saunders making Lemieux miss. Chasing shadows still. So Lemieux gets whips of right hand to the body now. Nice 1-2 back from Saunders. He's punishing Lemieux. The straight left. Lemieux pushes Saunders back and then tries a right. Saunders walking around the ring, changing, giving different angles. Saunders is looking very good at the moment. Very, very good. Footwork's good, looking sharp. And he's making Lemieux chase shadows. Great right jab. The right jab and the right jab has been key for Saunders so far. Good 1-2 from Saunders again. Great stuff from Saunders. He's not moving straight back from punches. Great stuff ended around there from Saunders. He's hitting Lemieux and then to the side, which is beautiful stuff. Not standing in front of Lemieux. Good stuff again from Saunders. 4 rounds up on my card. Four rounds so far. If you can do this for 12 rounds, it's going to be a masterclass from Billy Joe Saunders. Something that I've never seen him do in his career, which is go 12 rounds and box at a real frantic pace. But so far, he's looking very good and very sharp. This is round 5 coming up. Saunders, for me, has won all 4 rounds without a shadow of a doubt. This is round 5. Saunders versus Lemieux for the WBO middleweight championship of the world, and Lemieux tries flying out of traps, and Saunders ties him up. Saunders has gone back southpaw again. Flicking out the right jab. Saunders flicks out a combination there. Saunders would be advised to just keep moving and not give, and keep giving him Lemieux angles. Stick with the game plan. Good, nice, stiff, straight left there from Saunders. Again, Saunders holds on to Lemieux. Away they go again. Saunders makes Lemieux miss. Lemieux, hands up. Saunders hits him again on a straight left hand. Lemieux couldn't get a combination. I've tried a combination. Saunders was too slick for him, too sharp for him. Saunders has been very slippery tonight, very slippery, but this is what was expected of Saunders, to be slippery. To make Lemieux miss, to make him pay. Lemieux still trying to close the gap there. Still chasing shadows, Lemieux. Good round again for Billy Joe Saunders. Boxing and making Lemieux miss and making him pay. And that's what he's got to do. Just keep doing that. Keep boxing the way he's boxing. To me, this has been the best I've seen Billy Joe box ever, period. But for me, like I said, I expect Billy Joe. Let's see the end of this round now. Nice 1-2 there. Lemieux landing a little body shot there. Lemieux trying a big right hand. And then Billy Joe sort of signals to the crowd as if to say, "You're not going to catch me with that, son." This is round 6. So I've said, from 6 rounds onwards, Billy Joe Saunders likes to hold his feet. Let's see if Billy Joe Saunders can change type. Right hand there from Lemieux. This is round 6. Lemieux is down 5 rounds for sure. This is round 6. From the 6th round onwards, we're going to see what Billy Joe Saunders can do. Is it the same Billy Joe Saunders after 6 rounds? Or is he going to keep moving? Lemieux and his camp would have studied Saunders, and they would know that Saunders tires after 6 rounds. Again, Saunders not bouncing around as much in round 6. Now standing in front of Lemieux. Okay. Now this is going to present more opportunities for Lemieux now. This is round 6. Saunders still flicking a jab. Saunders sort of standing in front of Lemieux now. Whips in a left hand. Hurtful left hand. And Lemieux holds and Saunders into a headlock. I think out of frustration. Lemieux really hasn't had an opportunity to land a clean shot yet on Saunders. That's because Saunders has boxed him so well. Saunders has landed plenty left hands, straight left or right left there. The left hand's the key for Saunders at the moment. His right jab has kept Lemieux befuddled, and then there's a vicious left afterwards. Here comes Lemieux. Nice body left to the body there from Lemieux. Good 1-2 there from Saunders, and another 1-2 there from Saunders. Straight through the middle of Lemieux's guard. Sharp combinations from Saunders. And Lemieux still trying to do some work. Now he tries a body shot there. Lemieux not unable to work. But this man only needs one opportunity. End of the round. So the 6 rounds now gone. Now, the next 6 rounds is where, for me, determines this fight. This next round, from this round onwards, is what, for me, determines the fight. I didn't expect Lemieux to do much in the first 6. It's the second half of the fight where Billy Joe Saunders tends to tire, and he's put on an awful lot of work out for the first 6 rounds. And I've never seen Billy Saunders in his whole career box as he did here. He didn't box like that for Eubank. He didn't box like that for Spike O'Sullivan. So, it's showing replay here. Saunders through the middle, throwing a left uppercut through the middle. And then a left over the top. This is round 7. Saunders still does look sharp, but he's holding his feet more. Saunders spins Lemieux and hits him with a 1-2. Nice combination here from Saunders. His amateur pedigree and his right jab has been key. Again, beautiful stuff from Saunders. Can he do it for 12 rounds? Nice combination. Oh, great combination there from Saunders. That rocked Lemieux. Nice shots there. Right jab from Saunders. And again, the jab. The jab again from Saunders. Lemieux foot. Saunders power there. Good shot there from Saunders. Brilliant boxing ability from Saunders here. Really hurting Lemieux at the moment. Good stuff there. Busting up Lemieux beautifully here, Saunders. 1-2s are busting up Lemieux. Saunders not allowing Lemieux the opportunity. This is beautiful stuff from Saunders. He's bloodying Lemieux with combinations. And dazzling Lemieux. When talking to the Fight City, I said to him 2 things that are going to happen here. Saunders puts on a dazzling display, or he gets chinned by Lemieux. At the moment, it's dazzling display is absolutely dazzling from Saunders. He's just standing in front of Lemieux and picking him off with hurtful combinations. Lemieux holds him, gets him in a headlock. Lemieux's face showing the effects of those left hands from Billy Joe Saunders. Oh, good straight left of Lemieux again. Lemieux's face is now bloodied. Here comes Billy Joe Saunders. Well, again, Lemieux tried to land a big shot there. And Lemieux misses. End of the round. And Lemieux's face is bloodied. His nose is bloodied badly. Saunders has looked brilliant tonight. He really has. It's round 7, and he hasn't really held his feet, which is good. He's busted Lemieux's news, that's for sure. They're putting some cotton swabs inside of Lemieux's nose. The right jab has been real painful for Lemieux tonight. He's been eating the right jab all night. And then there's a lefty through right through the middle. That might be the one that did the nose. Lovely 1-2 there from Saunders. Through the middle. Beautiful stuff. Real nasty work from Saunders here. Beautiful. This is round 8. Saunders now turns Lemieux around. By holding a clinch. Referee separates them. And Lemieux's back on the prowl again. Tripling up the jab. And just tries to throw a right hand. And look, just goes off balance. Looks really clumsy in the process. Lemieux trying to box Saunders is just wrong idea altogether. He's got to fight Saunders. But he's not been allowed to fight Saunders. Because Saunders is just boxing him. Sharp. I've never seen Billy Joe Saunders look this sharp in his whole career. He didn't even look this sharp when he fought in his first fight with Dominic Ingalls. He looks very sharp. Very, very sharp. I would not be surprised at some point that the Tyson Fury watching all this tonight with Billy Joe Saunders would think, you know what, I fancy a bit of this. I fancy a bit of this. Looking at Saunders tonight, how sharp he looks, how fit he looks. Great. Again, Saunders the jab. Oh, good 1-2 there. And then Saunders taunts Lemieux. 1-2 again from Saunders. Hands down by the side, Saunders. Whips in a left, sharp left there. And then does the bolo punch. Saunders sharp, super sharp. This is round 8. And at the moment, Saunders doesn't look like he's going to tie it all at the moment. Stamina looks very good, Saunders. Good 1-2 from Saunders. And another combination. Nice shots there from Saunders. And then whizzes away and then sticks his chin out almost at Lemieux. Lemieux trying to hunt down Saunders. Same thing again. Saunders step from left to right, back from left to right, and then stands in front of Lemieux, punishing him all the time with strong left hands. End of the round. And Saunders talks to Lemieux, and Lemieux just looks into his eyes and goes back to his corner. Looks like they've stopped the bleeding. I think they've got bigger problems than the bleeding. He hasn't been able to unlock the code, the Billy Joe Saunders code, which is right jab, left cross. He hasn't been able to work it out yet. He hasn't been able to close Billy Joe Saunders down yet. And like I said, I've never seen Billy Joe Saunders in the whole of watching Billy Joe Saunders box. I've never seen him in his career box this active without holding his feet and tiring down the stretch. So he's done very well so far. Give him all the credit in the world for that. But there was no footage to say Billy Joe Saunders could do this without tiring. Now we're in round 9. We've still got a few rounds to go yet. But if he stays like this, then there's no way Lemieux's even going to get a chance. The only chance Lemieux's got in this fight is if Saunders tires or he switches off. But at this point, it looks more likely that Saunders might stop Lemieux. Saunders calls Lemieux in. And then whizzes in another straight left with a right jab. Got to give Lemieux credit. He's still game, even though he's been completely bamboozled, humiliated in Canada. Lemieux's got Saunders in a headlock again. Saunders stands in front of Lemieux, but he's constantly giving him movement, though, even though he's standing in front of him. Shuts out the right jab. Another right jab and another one. Lemieux just backs up from the jab. Throws a winging right hand, but of course doesn't land. Lemieux tries to dig a body shot inside as they clinch. Good 1-2 there from Saunders, and then ties Lemieux up. 1-2-3 from Saunders. Lemieux blocks all those. Good right hand there from Lemieux for the first time. Lands a straight right hand. Saunders takes that. Now Saunders is holding his feet a little bit more. So Lemieux might get a little closer now. Last 30 seconds of round number 9. Saunders dominant. Lemieux's not won a round. Saunders turns from orthodox to southpaw. 7 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Left jab of Saunders. Hands down by his side. Into the round. 2 look at one another. 2 rounds to go. He must stay focused for the last 2 rounds, Saunders now. He's boxed beautifully for 10 rounds. But I said, Saunders has boxed absolutely masterclass. He's got 2 rounds to box like how he's been boxing at the moment. Not to drop the tempo, not by an inch, just box the same way you've been boxing for 2 rounds. You got this fight wrapped up. Mark Ramsey, the trainer of Lemieux, is imploring him, I think, to go forward. But I don't know how much more forward he can implore him to go. This is round 10. 2 rounds to go. Saunders has boxed beautifully for 10 rounds. Can you just keep it up for another 2 rounds? There should be no reason why he can't now. But if he holds his feet for a little too long, that's where he's at danger. But at the moment, again, 10 rounds, cool boxing from Saunders. Saunders is standing right in front of Lemieux now. And he's holding his feet like I said he would do. Now, Lemieux lands a couple of body shots inside. Nothing serious, nothing to worry about. Good right there from Lemieux. He lands the straight right, and Billy is up on his toes now, smiles. So Lemieux lands his first big right. It was half a right hand, I'd say. Don't know how much leverage he had in it, but he lands. This is round 10, and this is where Saunders has to be very careful now. Flicks out the left jab or the right jab, doubles the right jab up there. A little success there from Lemieux. Saunders walks around the ring now, pops a right jab right through the middle there. Can't afford to give Lemieux any sort of confidence. Saunders is back on the jab again. Lemieux tries a triple jab there. Saunders meets him with a hard left. Saunders holds. And back again in front of Lemieux. Lemieux is still hunting. Look, Saunders down. But Saunders still whipping in that the right jab. 42 seconds to the end of the round. Good 1-2 there from Saunders. Good big left there from Saunders. Lemieux shakes his head and then tries a double jab of his own. Saunders, end of the round. So Saunders' stamina's held up, which is very good. Certainly have more confidence in BJ Saunders in the fights against potentially Golovkin or Canelo, based on the stamina he's showing tonight. Very good stamina. Very impressive. I did fancy Lemieux based on what I've seen of Billy Joe Saunders previously and tiring down the stretch. I thought it'd be late where Lemieux would. We've still got 2 rounds to go. This is round 11, and Saunders is still popping out the jab and looks super fit. Shout out to Billy Joe Saunders for his condition. He looks very, very good. Popping out that right jab. It's been a shutout so far for Billy Joe Saunders. 2 rounds to go. This one and round 12. Can Lemieux punch his way back into this fight? It looks doubtful now, but we didn't come to see Lemieux for his boxing ability. We came to see him for his punching power. Billy Joe Saunders tries to do the bolo punch, a massive bolo punch, and then Lemieux mocks him for doing that. Now Billy Joe Saunders does almost like an Ali shuffle. I think between an Ali shuffle and a Prince Nazim shuffle. He needs to be careful. So he tries to whip in a sharp left there, Saunders. Lemieux still chasing Saunders around the ring. Saunders now just needs the last 2 rounds out here now. This has been a world-class performance from Saunders so far. Saunders talking to Lemieux in his ear as well. Lemieux tried a right hand, but again, Saunders made him miss. Lemieux tries to land a combination, tries to close the gap. Got to give it to Lemieux though. He keeps trying. Guys have got bags of heart for trying, even though he's getting himself absolutely humiliated in there. Saunders has been slippery. His right jab's been on point. He's done so well tonight. I have to say, in all the time, Saunders, nice right hand there from Lemieux. Saunders smiles at Lemieux. Saunders backing up now. Good combination there from Lemieux. Saunders dances back, smiles, and then moves out of the way. In and around, Lemieux flicks out, sort of flick a jab to try and hit Saunders. Minor success there from Saunders. This is coming out for the 12th and final round. See, if you listen to me, or you try to be smart and try to be clever before during the fight and trying to be smart, Mr. Skeptical. Did you hear what I said in the beginning? I said I broke this fight now in the beginning. I said for Saunders, for Lemieux to generate power, he has to be able to hold his feet. Saunders is not allowing him to hold his feet because he's moving all the time. Did I not say that at the beginning of the fight? I said that in terms of how you don't allow Lemieux to land big shots. It's because Saunders is constantly turning him. So he's boxed exactly to the game plan. Complete shutout. This is round 12. Saunders just needs to last for 3 minutes now, and he will retain the WBO title. He's looked sharp. He's looked good. Big right hand there from Lemieux there. Saunders is going to be really alert here, this 12th round. Lemieux will come swinging. Will come out swinging for sure. This fight isn't over until as I say, the fat lady sings or the bell rings. 2 minutes. For Billy Joe Saunders to capture the best win of his career, the most all-round boxing performance from Billy Joe Saunders. Lemieux swinging from the houses. I'm telling you, looking to land one big haymaker. But again, Saunders is not allowing him to plant his feet and land those shots, which is down to boxing ability, which is down to movement. Watch Saunders' feet. Great movement from Saunders. Tremendous footwork from Saunders. He's turning to Lemieux, not allowing Lemieux to set. Every time Lemieux is about to set to throw a shot, Saunders is out of there, which is how you box against a puncher. And that's why Golovkin, when he fights guys like Jacobs and he fought Canelo, that's why he couldn't knock those guys out, because those guys were moving as well. So every time Saunders, good 1-2 there from Saunders. Every time Golovkin tries to land the big shots, they're out of there. They're moving. They're not allowing Golovkin to. And and Golovkin is a more skilled boxer than Lemieux. But still, even there, it's footwork, it's movement. .40 seconds to go. Saunders seems to have this wrapped in the bag. 35 seconds. Saunders making Lemieux miss, then walking away. And Lemieux trying to chase him down now. Close the range and try to land something on him, but Saunders closes the gap. And Saunders is still talking to Lemieux. 10 seconds to go. Saunders makes Lemieux miss. And Saunders now walking away from Lemieux. And 12 rounds. Billy Joe Saunders has put on a tremendous performance tonight against Lemieux. He kept moving. His stamina held up for 12 rounds. That's a question we got answered finally about Billy Joe Saunders. Can he fight 12 rounds at a pace? Yes, he fought 12 rounds at a pace. He can fight 12 rounds at pace. Didn't get hit too often, which was fantastic. That is Billy Joe Saunders' best win of his career. I can't look back and see any fight in Billy Joe Saunders' career that you can say he went 12 rounds, fought at a high pace, a good work rate, and didn't tire. And he didn't tire. He did 12 rounds. Saunders just tried to get in the corner to congratulate, I think, or say something, and they pushed him away from the corner. Saunders' movement was superb tonight. And one of the reasons why I had reservations about Saunders against Golovkin was because I felt that Saunders would tire down the stretch. Well, that's out of the way now. Saunders can do good, hard 12 rounds. I know that now. I know that he can box away from home. He put it together beautifully tonight. That was Saunders' best performance. I'd say his most mature performance in his whole career for me. That performance tonight. That was a tremendous performance from Saunders tonight. Lemieux was totally outboxed tonight, completely outboxed. Shut the door on him. But that's what you've got to do. When you've got boxing like Billy Joe Saunders, he did what he needed to do. And Saunders shouting out at somebody. I don't know who's shouting out in the audience to. But again, a tremendous performance from Billy Joe Saunders. Did exactly what the game plan was for him to win the fight. Used angles, didn't allow Lemieux to set his feet, and was, great performance. Best performance of his career. He's down and he's praying. He's saying, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you." Tremendous performance from Billy Joe Saunders. Work rate was tremendous. Footwork was great. Everything was on point. Tremendous performance. You see the hard work he's put in, and he did 12 rounds easy. Easy. Could have done whole 12 rounds. Tremendous performance. Absolutely tremendous performance. Saunders boxed like I've never seen him box before. Nobody in this room can say Saunders has boxed like that in his career. Never boxed like that in his career. So he was fantastic tonight. We can all be smart and they get it wrong. Based on the Saunders I saw box, previously. Nobody in this room can say tonight that Billy Joe Saunders has boxed like that ever in his career before and gone 12 rounds and looked sharp as the days. No, he didn't look that sharp when he fought, what's the guy's name? Willie Monroe. He didn't look great then. Now, he boxed. He did box. He didn't run. He boxed. He boxed. You remember, I think a lot of people in the room, don't understand what boxing is. I'm not backtracking. That is the best performance of Billy Joe Saunders' career. I'm not backtracking. Best performance of his career. Billy Joe Saunders boxed at angles. No, it wasn't always going to happen. It was not always going to happen. He boxed well tonight. He boxed very well. Saunders has always had stamina problems in the past. He boxed very well. Still, the boxing wasn't the problem. I didn't doubt Billy Joe's boxing ability. If you listen to me, it wasn't. You all not listening to me. You're all trying to be smart after the event. Billy Joe Saunders' boxing ability was no doubt. There was no doubt about his boxing ability. What I doubted was his stamina down the stretch. That's what I was concerned about. Boxing, his stamina holding up down the stretch. Go back and listen to my commentary from the start and stop trying to be so clever. Right, that's it from me. Have a good evening. And once again, boxing is the heart of hit and not getting hit. So this was a tremendous form from Billy Joe Saunders. He boxed at angles. He did not allow the puncher to set his feet. And he was able to do that for 12 rounds. That was a tremendous boxing performance. And you give Billy Joe Saunders credit for boxing and doing exactly what boxing's about. Thank you so much. This has been BWTM Sports. Thank you so much for watching Billy Joe Saunders versus David Lemieux live commentary. Billy Joe Saunders wins unanimous points decision. Thank you so much, Billy, for putting on a tremendous performance tonight. You answered the performance. Tremendous performance. Have a good night.